It is time now for Alan Hahn's Knicks Fix for an opening night. Alan Hahn joins us in the Squarespace studio. Alan, how about we start with the starting point guard, Trey Burke, and talk about this unbelievable journey he has had in his life to tonight.
No question. Think about where he was a year ago tonight, where he was getting ready to start in the G League for Westchester. He called it really when he hit rock bottom in his career. In fact, he told me that he reached a point where he lost his love for basketball. And then, of course, he went through the journey, as you just mentioned, in Westchester, got himself with the Knicks last year, and had a reemergence of his career. A guy that was an all-rookie player and also was a lottery pick in Utah, and then found himself out of the league. Well, where is he this year? He's now starting again in the NBA. And in fact, you know what he told me? He said that, I know I can be a star in this league. So when I asked him if he means all-star, he said, it's actually one of my goals. I truly believe that. Now, he had a really good reemergence last season. And you remember the game in Charlotte last year when he went for 42 and 12. Of course, the All-Star game is in Charlotte, so wouldn't that be a full circle for him if he can find his way to that game?
What are some of the results of what you call the Fizdale effect?
Well, one of them we learned just actually during the draft process, believe it or not, as the Knicks had hired David Fizdale. Now let's flash back 2 years ago, going into the draft process, where the Knicks were having trouble just getting players to work out for them. Remember the Dennis Smith situation that became infamous around the Knicks? Well, 2 years later, they were getting players who probably they weren't going to be able to draft because of their spot at 9 was still working out for them. Trae Young being one of them. He went very high, obviously, in the draft. He ended up in Atlanta after the deal with the Dallas Mavericks. But the way Trae Young explained it, why did he want to work out for the Knicks? He said, I wasn't doing many workouts, but I wanted this one. He explained it was Fizdale who motivated it. We had a great reputation. He said, quote, me as a player who wants to be great, you want someone like that who's going to push you and make you better and keep it real with you. I really like Coach Fizdale. So there's the Fizdale effect, a popular coach with a lot of players around the league and certainly helping the Knicks as they try to improve their culture around the league.
We've had a limited look, but what do you think are the possibilities for Mitchell Robinson?
Right, we talk a lot about Kevin Knox, but the guy I'm keeping an eye on, especially early in the season, is Mitchell Robinson. Here's a guy that opened everybody's eyes just in Summer League, how athletic he is, a big 7-footer who can block shots and be a defensive presence as he learns how to be an offensive force. This is a guy you have to watch because he's where the league's going. These big athletic 7-footers. The Knicks haven't had a guy like this. You can go to Tyson Chandler. I'll even go back to Marcus Camby. There's a lot of things about him you have to love. He averaged 1.7 blocks per game in the preseason, and that's 4.1, by the way, per 36. That's a lot. Think about him and Porzingis, a 7'3" guy who averaged over 2 blocks a game last season. Imagine those two once they're both on the court together. Pretty incredible. So I asked him what kind of player he wants to style his game after. He said KG, Kevin Garnett. That's pretty good. Quick story, though. There's a player that I asked him who you look forward to going up against. DeMarcus Cousins? Is it Anthony Davis? He said Mo Bamba, a fellow rookie. Why? He said we're compared to each other a lot, and he can't wait to face him. He said then we'll see what's up. Well, that's November 11th, so circle the calendar.
Already done. Meanwhile, it's time for your first stat of the night.
Well, the fans have been asking for this. Go with youth. Well, the Knicks are the youngest team in the NBA. That is official as the opening night rosters were announced. And the Knicks have an average of 24 years and 155 days, edging out the Bulls for the youngest team in the NBA. So I say, let the Fizz Kids era begin.